month. It's my best friend's sister's wedding. So of course I'm gonna make a dress, but I've never done anything really fancy before. So this is gonna be quite challenging for me, but you know, it's cool. I like to test my skills. So we'll see how it works out. Before we start, make sure you subscribe if you like these kind of videos, and then we can make clothes together. I think it'd be fun. So yeah, let's get right into it. So these are the sketches that I've done so far. I'm working on my sketching skills, still not very good. Not really sure about the material yet. I'm gonna go see what's available for me. This is probably like the simplest one. This one's a little bit more advanced. This one would probably take me a long time. This one I really like. It has kind of, I forget what this is called with the V. I can look it up and put it on the screen. And then tie the straps. Maybe do a little slit, something like that. This one's very simple as well. This is like another bias cut for the skirt part. This one's a little more fancy if I added like a lace trim. This is a really cool style, kind of inspired by Sandy Lang. I don't know if that would work out though. I'd have to do boning too. And then this was kind of my most developed pattern. But yeah, this is like what the pattern pieces would be. Not really sure on the skirt yet. I'd probably figure that out as I went along. We're gonna go to the store really quick, see if I can find anything for the dress. And I don't have a dress form, so this will be interesting. But yeah, let's go. Okay, I'm back. So I did go to Joann's, which I don't really normally go to Joann's, but they do have good fabric. I think most of their fabric was like 30% off today, so that was a good deal. I ended up getting this green satin. It's like kind of textured. That is what I decided on. I think I spent, I'm not even kidding, like an hour trying to decide. There was a few fabrics that I liked. I stuck with this one because I don't think I'm gonna need to do a lining in it. I'll probably just, if I need to, line the top. So that's what I decided. So I am gonna sew a mock-up. But first things first, I need to make a pattern, and I've never used this technique before, but I'm just gonna like tape my body and then draw lines. I've seen people do this on TikTok before, so I'm hoping it works. So to make a pattern, I'm gonna tape half of my body and then draw lines where I want them to be seams, cut them out, put them on paper, and then cut my patterns from that. Hopefully it works out okay. You can also do this on a dress form, but I'm just gonna have to do it on myself. I did also buy 2 things of thread, so I spent $44, which is kind of a lot. I was gonna have to buy a dress anyways, so $44 is not bad. But anyways, we're gonna tape and then I'll come back. That was honestly kind of an arm workout. I'm all taped up. I didn't do the back. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the back yet, so I'm just gonna do it after. But now all I'm gonna do is trace lines, kind of where I want them to like contour. Okay, I think I like this. I kind of marked the lines that I actually want. So now I'm gonna take this off and transfer it to a piece of paper, if I can find some. It's gonna hurt. Just need to be careful and make sure everything is staying together. We're doing our best. Sorry, my phone died, so all I did is I cut out those pieces that I was tracing, and then I just traced them again and added seam allowance on a separate part of the paper just to make it look a little cleaner. I labeled them all, so on this diagram, this will be cut on the midline, so that's the only one that's gonna be cut on the midline. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then I labeled them all so I know where to put them all. So basically it'll go together like that, and then having this be curved a little bit. We'll add a little bit of shape in the bust area. I'm hoping this fits okay, so I'm just gonna cut out 2 of each of these except for this one. Only needs 1 on the midline. So this will be symmetrical on each side, and then I think I'm just gonna start from there, see how it looks, and make adjustments. So this is kind of what we're rocking with right now. It looks a little weird because all the seam allowances, but I'm gonna sew these all together and then we're gonna see how it turns out. So this is like an early prototype. I skipped showing a lot of steps, but this is the mock-up. Still like a little bit weird in this area. I might have to take it in these little sections. And the other thing is there's no back. Like there's a back, but there's no like back skirt part because I ran out of fabric. So I didn't really plan on making like a real garment from this. Like this shape is really cute. I did add a zipper, an invisible zipper on the back, which was very challenging for me. I think for the next prototype, I'm gonna do it on the side seam, not the back. By the way, look at my new leaf. Surprisingly, I haven't lost a leaf in a while. We've just been growing. If you follow the channel for a while, I usually always give updates on this plant for some reason. Okay, I'm gonna be annoying and I'm gonna make a whole other mock-up before I even touch my expensive fabric. So I'm gonna try to make the same dress in this fabric, which is a bed sheet, and I have 2 of them. That makes me a lot more comfortable because I can make mistakes possibly. If I do, I'll have a ton of fabric to use. So anyways, I'm gonna make it really quickly and then I'll give you my notes before I start the main dress and I'll show you guys how it turns out. And for this one, I'm actually gonna do a lining as well. I feel like I'm really just like trying to learn a bunch of new techniques. I'll show you guys if it works out and any modifications that I made. Okay, prototype number 2 is complete. I actually wore it out to dinner already without it being hemmed, but I just hemmed it. There's definitely some messy stuff on the inside, but since it's a prototype, like I'm not gonna do it right now because I actually have to get the dress done before next week. But I'm obsessed with it, so let me show you in the mirror so you can see the full thing. Here she is. I literally feel like a princess. So I did a little bit more gathering on this dress because like the length of this, I multiplied by 1.5 the first time. This time I multiplied it by 2. So it's like 2 times the length of that. So this is prototype number 2. This is actually like a complete garment. So yeah, but I'm really proud of myself. Yay. I love it. So now let's move on to finally making the actual dress. It has been a few days since I last finished that other dress. I actually wore it to the market that I did this weekend, which was kind of cool because I got to wear it out. So since I waited a few days, the wedding is on Saturday, it is Monday. I'm leaving to go home on Thursday. So I'm gonna say today and tomorrow to work on it and try to finish it by tomorrow. I think I can do it if I'm focused and don't make any mistakes. I'll try to walk you through most of the steps. I think the biggest thing with this is obviously the pattern. So how I drafted the pattern, which I showed earlier in this video. But basically now I just have these pattern pieces. So now I can just use this. These are the chunks of tape that were actually on my body. I just put paper on the back. And then also I drew like little notches where they should connect. But then I did retrace them just on paper with notches and stuff, just because I feel like this looks a little bit nicer. And the skirt's a little up in the air how I did that, but I'll show you guys once I do that part. I think I'm gonna self-line it. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm going to cut out 4 of each of these pieces because they'll be the same for the front and the lining. And then this is like only half of my body, so I need 2 of these. This one is cut on the fold, so I only need 2 of these. So the first thing I'm gonna do is cut out all my pieces for the top. But I did get an invisible zipper to match, so cool, let's cut out our pieces. I'm literally so nervous to cut into this because this is the most expensive fabric that I've ever bought. But I just need to get it over with and just do it. Change of plans. I think I'm gonna wait and do this side first because then I can see if I run into any problems or anything like that before I cut any more fabric out. So I think I'm just gonna like sew this together. So the order that I sew these in is also these 3 pieces together. And then also these two, sew this in the middle, and then I'll attach them all like that. This seam is really hard to do because it's like upside down, but if you like cut little notches, then it works out fine. I'm gonna sew these all together. Okay, so I have all of this together and then this bodice piece together. So now I just need to sew along this line. If you are sewing right sides together, you can see this is a very hard seam. So what I do is just go really slow and I pin where the seams would align. So I pin like here, 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 and then there, and then I cut little notches and then try to line them up as best as possible. Sometimes it's a little difficult. Like since this is all cut from that pattern, like it should all be the same length, so it should line up if you cut it and go slow. Okay, that genuinely took me like 10 minutes to pin, but we're all pinned, and now we're gonna sew it. So far I have this bodice piece, and then I also attached the back. So the zipper will be on this side, but I also made another. So I have two of these pieces, and one of them will be the lining, one of them will be the outside, but technically they're the exact same. So I have this done, and then I just cut out my strap pieces. So I think I'm gonna serge these and flip them all, just so they're ready for when I have to put them in to sew over them, so they're like tucked into the two pieces. And I will be attaching the skirt before I sew these two pieces together. But good thing I don't have to do a lining for the skirt because this is a very opaque fabric. My only like thing right now that I'm kind of iffy about is, see there's like a texture, and here I kind of messed up where a lot of this texture is the same way and then this piece is like up and down. I don't think you would really notice it unless you looked at it super hard. But for the skirt, I wanted to do a bias cut so it drapes nicely, but I don't know if it would look weird with the texture piece being like diagonal. So I'm kind of like contemplating that right now. I just thought I'd let you guys know, and I'm gonna think about it while I do the straps. I think I'm just gonna use my serger for these because I feel like that's always easier for straps. So I was like going back and forth if I should cut the skirt on the bias or have it match like the top part. I think I am still gonna cut the skirt on the bias. I don't know why I said I think I'm going to, because I already did. So I just cut out this part. I think I did twice the length for the gathering, the length of like the V part. So now I cut this out, and then I'm gonna cut out the back piece, sew them together on the side. I probably won't use my serger because I only have white thread, but I'll do a zigzag stitch on the edge and then sew the two pieces together. So I'm gonna cut the back piece out, do some gathering, and then attach it to the bodice piece. And I did all the straps and flipped them all. Those are my updates. It's been a day. I definitely can finish this tomorrow, I'm guessing. I wanna have it done by Wednesday. Obviously I'm leaving on Thursday, so I need to get it done by then. Okay, I'm so excited. I just hope I don't snag it. Knock on wood again. Okay, it's now like 6 o'clock, but I have to go to volleyball. I joined a volleyball league. It's really fun, but I have to go to volleyball. So day one progress, I did the outer part and then the lining top of the bodice. Sew that all together, and then I cut out the skirt part. So tomorrow, day two, I just need to gather the skirt part, attach the zipper, and then attach the straps, iron everything, make sure everything looks good. I think I can get it done pretty quickly. I've been drinking my chai since it's now technically fall. Good morning. It's actually kind of like afternoon, but I want to show you the progress that I've made. I woke up this morning and I started working on the dress. So I did the gathering, which honestly, it looks pretty good. It's not the evenest thing. Is that word, evenest? It's not the most even thing. Like, I wish right here was a little bit more gathered, but it doesn't bother me enough to like redo it. And I'm kind of scared to like go back. I don't want to tear the fabric. So yeah, that's how that's looking. It's very fluid, like this fabric is very fluid. So I feel like you can like kind of pick out mistakes more. but this is what is on so far. And I also did serge these sides. I was gonna avoid serging them, so I was gonna try to do a zigzag stitch on this fabric, and my sewing machine did not like it. It literally munched the fabric, so I just put it in my serger, and like whatever, this will be on the inside, so it won't really matter. And I want a nice clean edge for my zipper, which is I think my next step. So I have two zippers. I have one that's 20 to 22 inches and one that's 7 to 9. I wish there was a length in between these two because I feel like this one is just gonna be too small. This one just seems really long. I just recently learned how to do the invisible zipper. I'll link the TikTok tutorials that I use below because they're actually very helpful. The reason why I tried it this time is because my mom like found a little pack of like a bunch of sewing feet, so she sent them to me. I was like, do you need these? I'm like, I don't know, but maybe. But yeah, she sent me a bunch of feet. Hold on, I'm gonna grab it and I'll link it down below. I need to ask her where she got it. And it comes with a bunch of different feet. And I have some like extra feet, but I don't think I have all of these, so cool. Okay, and then this is how long the 20 to 22 inch zipper is. So like, look at the difference. Probably gonna use this one, I think. So I'm gonna install the zipper off camera because I feel like if I do it on camera, I'll mess it up, but I will link tutorials. From there, we're like almost smooth sailing because all I need to do is like the straps and then the top lining and then just hemming and little things like that. I'm so excited. I can't wait to put the zipper on because then I can actually like try it on. I'm not claiming for her to be perfect. You know, it doesn't matter. It's more like a challenge for myself and kind of exciting to wear something to an event that you made yourself. I've never even thought that I could make like my own dress for something like this. So yeah, okay. Zipper time. Top tip for zippers is make sure you iron. So on the wrong side of your zipper, iron this coil so it's flat. This is how it comes where the teeth are sticking upwards, but if you iron it really flat, then it's a lot easier to install. I also like to label 1, 2, and then the dots are like, I was trying to write a W, which means wrong side. So then I know how to attach the zipper, and then I'll show you the zipper foot. So this is what the invisible zipper foot looks like, and it has like a little notch so it goes like right on the zipper, and that's how you can get it so close. It looks like that if you were wondering. Sometimes people ask if you need a serger, and I would say there's a lot of things that you can do on a sewing machine that you can't do on a serger. For example, add a zipper, but the serger is really nice because it finishes your edges really cleanly. I guess what I'm trying to say is you can own a sewing machine and get by, but I wouldn't recommend owning a serger without a sewing machine because there's a lot of things you can do on a sewing machine that you can't do on a serger, like add a zipper, buttonholes, decorative stitches and stuff like that. So keep that in mind if you were wondering. Okay, zipper's on. This is where we're at. I actually get to try it on right now. Yeah, so now all I need to do is add the lining and then the straps. Now that the zipper is installed, I'm gonna sew the lining in. So I'm going to just sew like this top piece together. But while I do that, I'm gonna attach the straps at the same time. So they'll be like sandwiched in and like invisible, I guess. And then after that, I'll sew like this part to the zipper part so it's connected on the side. I think I am gonna hem it up pretty high. And I'm wearing my boots because it's an outdoor wedding. So there's gonna be a lot of gravel and stuff, so I might just like wear my boots. I think it'd be cute, so I'm gonna have to crop it up anyways because it would look weird. See, it looks weird like draping over like that. So, but as far as this top bodice piece, I really like it. It's not perfect. Like this area is like kind of making me upset. I have like one little stitch there that I had to do. I've been working on this all day and all day yesterday, so. But 2 days for a dress is pretty good. Okay, hi. Not done yet, but we're getting very close. My list of things to do today, this is day 3, I guess. Add the hook and eye, which shouldn't take very long. I'm just gonna hand sew it in. I need to like finish the ends of these straps, but what I did last night, I guess I didn't show because I was very frustrated. I learned how to use a rolled hem foot. Kind of learned, I'm still learning. This is what it looks like. So basically it tucks the fabric underneath, so it's like a very clean hem. I didn't do a very good job at using it, I'm not gonna lie, but it is what it is. And I'll show you what that looks like. I'll show you the good parts and the bad parts. Okay, here's what it looks like from the front. It looks very clean. So this is what it looks like on the inside. It's a little thick in this area. See, I didn't like tuck it far enough underneath where there's some like frayed edges there. This part's really bad. This is kind of like what I was talking about where it didn't go very well, but there are some really good spots. So from the front, it looks really good. I'm also still in my pajamas. This foot is gonna be very, very useful, especially for hemming like skirts. All of this fabric would take forever to like fold over, iron, and pin. Mine I think is a 3mm. So I think I want to get some thicker ones too for hemming different things because it's really that convenient. I encourage you to try one out if you have one because it made my life a lot easier. I don't really like the way it's draping for some reason. It kind of like just sits really straight. Hemming it up helped a lot. One more thing, this fabric snags so easily. I'm gonna have to be very careful because I literally brushed the side of my side table that had some like exposed wood on it and I got a little snag, which is unfortunate. And maybe I'll film a few clips because I'm going home to see my friends. Can you tell I just drank a bunch of coffee? Okay, sorry, bye. Finished. She's not perfect, but she's done. I want to emphasize that I am still a beginner and this is the most detailed, most tedious project that I've ever done. So please be nice. I know that I'm not an expert. I know I probably made a lot of mistakes, but I would never know if I didn't try, which is why on this channel I always encourage you to try new things. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys and then I'm gonna kind of style it how I feel like I'll wear it to the wedding. What do we think? My only thing that I kind of was not liking about the dress that I think got a little bit better as I like did the finishing touches. I wish that it was like more full in the skirt, like this. But it kind of like, I don't know. I feel like it was draping funny, but it looks better now that I've like hemmed it up and stuff. But yeah. I don't know, I kind of love it. And the shape is just so pretty and so popular right now. It might look like an awkward length right now, but the reason why I did it this length is because I'm going to be wearing boots. I think I decided I'm for sure going to be wearing boots. And if it was any longer, it would like go over the boots and I feel like that would just look weird. But if it was any shorter, then it wouldn't look as like formal, if that makes sense. So I guess I'll just kind of go through how I'm thinking of like styling it for now. So let me put the boots on. See what I'm saying with the length, like if it was over the boots, I think it would look kind of weird. And then since the boots are super casual, I want to wear like a nice necklace. So I was thinking of doing like pearls. I have these pearls, but I have some smaller pearls too. I just thought maybe these would look nice. Cause then it's like a little bit dressier on top and then it like balances with the casuality. That's literally not a word. Casualty is not the right word for sure. It just balances out with like the casual boots with like a little bit nicer on top. I think that's kind of what I'm going for. And then also for like events and stuff, I usually always go with crimping my hair, so I'll have wavy hair. And then two more things. I don't have a bag, like a nice formal bag. Worst case scenario, I'm staying with my parents, so I'll be able to like borrow a purse from my mom. So I might show up with something a little bit nicer than the ones I'm gonna show you. These are the only two like nicer bags I have. They're not even that nice. It's just like smaller, I guess. I'm a big bag girl, okay? Like I need a big bag, so I don't own that many small purses, but I'm not gonna bring a tote bag to a wedding. So these are my two options. I like this because the brown looks really nice with this green, but then this one's like kind of just fun. It's from Free People. It also has a metal chain like this. I wish I could ask for your guys' opinion, but the wedding will have already passed by the time this video comes out. I think they're both cute. But I want a scarf because it's a fall wedding, so I'm thinking I'm probably gonna get cold at night. Not that this is gonna do much, but I want like a chiffon scarf, and I have this fabric that's like printed, so I might just make a quick little scarf shawl kind of thing out of this fabric, because since this is like last minute, I've also been looking on Amazon to like ship to my parents' house. They have like some green chiffon scarves as well. Imagine it like being shorter though. But either way, this is just to give you a look at like the chiffon fabric. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about that, if you like those ideas. Like I said, the wedding will have already passed, so I would have already made a decision on this. Yay, guys, I was so excited to see my friends. I haven't seen them in a year. Well, like a little bit less than a year. So I'll include the final look right here. I feel like this has been such a long video, but I still do consider myself like a very beginner sewer. So I feel like I'm always learning so much, and when I do these bigger projects, it's kind of like forces me to learn different techniques that I feel like I will use all the time in the future. So definitely worth it. Also, working with this fabric, my machine was eating this fabric. It was like so bad. So I definitely had to be very patient with myself and just this project in general. There's definitely a few things that I would tweak here and there. But then again, like I self-drafted this pattern, which honestly is pretty cool to think about that I did that, and that you can just like trace your body and make a garment. I think that's honestly very cool. So yeah, I just had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun making this, and honestly, I've been thinking about this dress like since I started like the idea of wanting to make a dress. I've literally been thinking about this dress non-stop for like the last week and a half because it's just been on my mind. So now that it's done, I feel like I can like take a deep breath. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. If you have any tips or even like video suggestions, I try to like switch off knitting, crocheting, sewing videos to like keep it fresh for you guys, but if you guys do have any other video ideas, please let me know, and make sure you subscribe because it really helps me out. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.